Well, I've had the Hobao Hyper MT Plus 2 for a couple of months now, and I think it's time that I just go over what I've changed. Probably some things that I think everyone should consider. They don't have to do it, but at least consider making these changes if you get one of these trucks. This is the largest scale truck that I've ever owned. It's quite heavy, it's 6.5 kilos, and a bit extra once you put your batteries in. But once it's on the ground, it's fine. Moves around quite quick. I'm only using 4S at the moment while I'm braking in the drivetrain. Even then, I don't even have the throttle turned up to 100%. I'm probably only using about 60 to 70% throttle. I just turn the endpoint down on the remote. On the very first day that I used the truck, I noticed that the wheel nuts, one of them came loose. So I'm very lucky that I didn't strip a thread there. So yeah, use your Loctite. Use blue Loctite. The thread locker will keep those nuts on. So definitely put a good couple of dabs on every axle, and then do your nuts up quite tight. You get the tools come with the kit to screw them up quite hard. The 17mm hex wrench. I did notice that it came with XT90s, and I didn't have any batteries that used XT90s, so I bought some XT90 anti-spark. And then just soldered up these myself. So they're 5mm bullets that go into the anti-spark XT90. That only took half an hour to solder them up. And the reason I did that was because I'm using hard packs for my touring car racing. So these are 2S hard packs. I'm using two 2S hard packs in series. These are the battery cases that come with the truck. The foam, all this foam you can see here, comes with the truck. I've just cut this up in a fancy pattern. And then what I do is I get a bit of ribbon here. I lay the ribbon down. I always put the ribbon first before putting the battery in. Otherwise, I'll never get the battery out. Then I place my batteries in. Once my battery's in, do the Velcro, 3 Velcro straps up. Plug in my adapter. And then the XT90 anti-spark goes straight into the ESC of the truck. One on each side. So yeah, that's my connectors. Moving on to the body. The Ford F-150 Raptor. Doesn't it look amazing? With the orange reflectors in the front. So we'll take a look underneath. Okay, so I've got a lot of pressure here on the body. That's because I've put sponge underneath the roof. I wasn't actually happy with how much of a gap there was between the truck and the roll cage. So I've put some sponge, and I've just used bathroom silicone to keep it in place. So that's a fair whack of sponge. Okay, taking up most of the roof, and that way the sponge hits the roll cage. Okay, so that's quite firm, that rubber there, but at least you haven't got that massive gap, okay, when you have a rollover. So some of the first mods that I did was I put 2 pieces of sponge on each body post, because I noticed that the holes didn't actually line up with the body very good. So that just takes the gap, and then when you push your body on, you just got to push it down a little bit more and then slide your body pins through. So I've done that on all the body posts. I think that's nicer to have less gap. The less gap, the less movement, the less wear on your body, the less scratching on your paint, and I think the body will look a lot nicer. So yeah, I'm only running 4S while I'm breaking in the drivetrain. I've had the truck for a couple of months now. Still running the stock pinion. I don't know how anyone puts larger pinions on these. It's the motor's already as far to the chassis on this side as it can go. So how, if you can't move this motor more to the chassis, how can you put a bigger pinion? If anyone knows, let me know. But I'm happy with this 16-tooth pinion anyway. Okay, the shocks on this truck are massive, probably 20 mils wide and probably about 200 mil long. The truck was quite soft in the suspension area, so what I did was I got some old bicycle tube, slid that over the rear shocks. That stiffened up the rear shocks and it's made the handling so much better. I've left the front alone for two reasons. One, I don't mind a bit of body roll in the front, and with the stiff rear, I'm actually really enjoying the handling at the moment. And the second reason is you don't get dirt sticking to your shock shafts at the front. So I've used the truck quite a few times and there's not much dirt at all, maybe a little bit of grass on there. But the rear seems to attract all the dirt. So I'm very happy that the dirt just hits this rubber inner tube from a bicycle, and then I can just brush that off when it's dry. So no, I have not changed the shock fluid in the front or the rear, and I think I'll just leave it as is. When you take the truck out of the box, you put your wheels on, you thread lock the nuts on. The next thing you'll notice is that the rear toe, that's right, there's front toe adjustments and rear toe adjustments, these ones here. The wheels are a lot of towing on the rear, far too much towing for my liking, and you couldn't go very fast without losing control. So I've dialed out that towing on the rear, get the rear wheels more parallel with the front, and also the camber. The rear's it's too much camber, okay? So just your top link is a turnbuckle. Just bring that camber right back up to vertical so that the fronts and the rears are very similar. So that means less wear on the inside of your tyre, and also you'll get that high speed stability that I'm looking for on the grass. Monster trucks are great for the grass. I don't have any jumps around me, so I might build some jumps. And the other thing I need to do is put some silicone into all three diffs. We'll start with the center. I'm not going to go too aggressive, maybe only 100k or 300k in the center, and we'll see what we need. Remember, I'm only running on 4S. I've got the punch set to 5 at the moment, right in the middle. I started off the lowest punch setting, then went to 3, now I'm on 5. So I'll work my way up slowly as we're just running in the drivetrain. If anyone's got any modifications that they made to their Hyper MT Plus 2, please let me know. And I'll be sure to keep you informed of any changes I make to my monster truck. And hopefully we can all help each other out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.